Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're on getting ready to go on the Tozai-sen here in Tokyo, Japan. Tozai-sen. This is nothing. I used to take this train for 4 years before I had my brain injury. That's probably why I took it for 4 years, because my brain injury, I didn't think about how crowded it really was. But the station where I was living at the time, they would stuff people on the train. I don't know if it's still that crowded now. It probably is. But I mean, they would literally stuff people on the train, and you're wondering, why would somebody have to do that? Well, what'll happen is the doors won't close. There's an emergency function so they don't chop your arm off. I mean, sometimes they do if they don't work right and break legs and stuff. They've had that happen before. But generally, they won't close and the train won't go unless they're fully closed. It's just a function. So they have to have people, they pay them like, I don't know what they make an hour. But that's it. That is their part-time job, is they push people on the train. Yeah. And they're polite about it and stuff. But I've seen like windows broken, everything. And this is nothing. This is like empty. I mean, this is nothing. But during rush hour, some of the stations on this line are just incredible. And then there's some other lines in Tokyo as well. But this is like empty now, basically. So here comes the train, the Tozai-sen. Here it comes. Getting ready to get on it. Get on the train for real. In person, we're in Tokyo. This is big business. This is reality. This is the Tozai line. So basically, it depends on model of the train. The older trains have letters like this. And then it'll tell you what station you're going to, if there's like a train accident or emergency or delay, and other information. The modern trains, they have it in both languages. Maybe this will have it in English. Let's see. But anyways, yeah, and we'll see if they're going to have any in English. But on the more modern trains, it'll be in Japanese and English, telling you what. Oh, okay. Yeah, Kadesh says next. So, yeah. Anyways, some of the smartest kids in the world ride this train. Went to some of the famous universities on this train line. And some of the richest people in the world basically went to school taking this crowded train. I guess what else can I say about it? So in rush hour, it's crowded, right? It's really nasty. It's crowded during rush hour and everything and all that. But I've lived in Beverly Hills. I've lived in Beverly Hills for a year. I've lived in North Hollywood. I've lived in the Bay Area. I've lived in Seattle. And all of those cities during rush hour traffic, you're just stuck waiting. You get nowhere. You wait for light and light and light. See, right now we're going to wait for a second. And people are going to get on and off. So they just get on, the train stopped. They already paid their fare before they got on the train. That was taken care of before they even got on this platform. You gotta watch that. I saw a woman fall and break her leg. She fell in between the tracks. Sometimes the distance is bigger. There was another guy I knew that was an actor. The distance was bigger. He was drunk. He fell, broke his leg, and gave up his will to live after a year, and he died. He had a great life before that. See how quick that was? So that's how long you wait. That's your traffic light. So you can literally get 50 kilometers or 50 miles within 10, 20 minutes in rush hour. You can't do that anywhere in any big city in the States. And see, here you can text. You can read a book. You can talk to your friend. You can make a new friend or a new enemy. You can make a new enemy. Sometimes I think that's easier to do than making friends. I think it might be. Actually, making anywhere, I think it's easier to make an enemy than it is to make a friend. But yeah, it depends on how you go about it. And then these are random advertisements on the train. This is your advertising and stuff. A little bit different than the billboards that you have in the States and all that. But see, the beautiful thing is you can text, you can read a book, you can talk a little bit if you want, and see, watch how long we stop. See, that's it. Now, how long would you take to wait for a stoplight in the States? It would be a lot longer than that. That was probably maybe 30 seconds max. In the States, I mean, like in LA when I lived in Beverly Hills, I remember waiting like 20 minutes for the same light. It would go and 4 cars would go through, then it would go and it would go, 4 cars would go through and it would go, and then 4 cars would go through. And those are really smart, rich people living in Beverly Hills. I mean, what a life. Spend your whole life stop and go in traffic. You know, like when I was acting over there and stuff, when I lived in Beverly Hills and I was working over in the valley in Burbank, you know, about a 6-mile drive. I had a 15-minute commute on the 405 or the 101 in the morning, but going home 2 to 3 hours. So that doesn't happen. This is a way better transportation system than in the U.S. And it's a lot cheaper. Like for my brain injury, when I was working full time, I spent $300 a month for everything, and I probably put like 1,000 miles on my theoretical train or whatever. If you want, I was working all over studios all over Tokyo and all that stuff. In the States, working full time. Okay, just an easy month, you know, 400, but yeah, it adds up because that's just for gas. I mean, when gas comes up to like $5 a gallon, got oil change of $50 or $100, whatever price they're getting to. You got your maintenance on your car. You got your car, and then you got the people that lie to you about your car. That's a piece of crap that you bought, that you lied to, you got ripped off on, and you lost a couple thousand there. So you spend probably maybe $2,000 or $3,000 a year on car deals that you got screwed on. It's rarely you ever make money on a car, and the car market's so competitive that you don't. And they drive the cars into the ground in the States, so generally they're all junk. So this is way better transportation than staying. And so, you know, that's the only thing that I really don't miss about the big cities in the U.S. is the traffic. I'm not missing that a bit. And also, nobody's got a gun. Nobody's pulling guns out. Nobody's trying to mug me. Everybody's minding their own business for the most part. Nobody's fucking with me. You know, probably the weirdest thing, the craziest, most bizarre thing on this train, you're looking at it right now. That's it. Everything else is pretty normal and pretty kosher, if you want, or whatever word you want to use for it. And so this, living in Japan versus living in America, traffic-wise, there's no comparison. None. You just saw it, part of it.